Hello. I'm online today for another long stream. I think it's gonna be a long one. So you're all welcome to join me. Hello. Finally I can stream. Yeah. Okay. For some reason, Facebook still fail. Test. Let me check. Ah, no, I'm there. Okay, it's working. Good. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna work on the interface today. It's working better. I just have to fit. I have to make some kind of condition today on my interface. Yeah. So let me check. Dialog UI, texture rec. Yeah, I don't like the texture rec actually. It's like a filter you can put on it. It's not, doesn't look that good, to be honest. I'm gonna leave it because I think the system is cool, but yeah, I think the system is cool, but I think it's doesn't look good. That's the thing. It's like a filter on the screen. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I will just like remove it for now, but yeah. So the container name label, the portrait. Yeah, I think that the problem is the dialog UI. Why it's full screen like this? Dialog UI is full screen. I mean, did I place this down the screen like this? I don't think I did, right? This is linked with the dialog UI. So why if I do center? Alignment. Okay. The panel container. So I need to replace it, like, kind of. Yo, cancel. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering how... I'm pretty sure this is wrong to move it like this. That's the thing. You know. Pretty sure it's wrong to do that. Okay, let me try this. Let me try this. I'm gonna make a video update soon of the game I'm working on. I see. Okay. Okay, so he's now I can talk to him. So what would be the best positioning actually? We should align the text versus maybe we need a way to yeah, the alignment is weird. It's because this is center, but the thing is... this might be a way to center all this. Hmm. Because this do not represent like my screen. I'm not sure. I think the problem is the dialogue, the full screen dialogue thing. Why did he put this thing full screen? That's why I don't get it. I mean, I will not do this personally. Like, what I will do is you center this. You put this full screen probably because of the texture rec. I'm pretty sure, but so where is my dialogue UI now? So why do this like this? Like a full screen, it set up my thing right there. What's the thing? I'm not sure. Anchor preset, set to current ratio. Set to current ratio, 0 to keep ratio. Name label. Okay, I'm gonna try something, but it doesn't align correctly. Well, we'll see. So it's more aligned, but again, it's out of scale. I mean, it's not center screen at all. It's so not. I mean, this one looks center, and this one too, and this one too, but this is hard to positioning. You know. So why it's so hard to position in that thing? Is it because it's I feel it's because I transform it maybe? That's why, I guess. Yeah. I think that's why. So the initial position is this, but I need to center it or something. Ah, here we go. Sure, I think. Center it. So I was using transform, but it's not really what I need. Ah, I got it. I need to change the offset directly. Ah, yeah. This is how it's gonna work. Yep. So yeah, here we go. Boom. Ah, yeah, this is gonna work now. You will see. It's because it was using a transform, but you need to use an offset. It's different. It's gonna fit your screen. Definitively. Cool. So maybe if I can change the position then. Not the center screen like this. So I can do the same with everything. Oh yeah, we'll do the same with everything then. Layout, localize. How is it again? Offset. Layout. Yeah, here we go. Like the position should be an offset. Pivot offset. No, it's not the pure offset. Positioning, transform, layout, mode. Ah, here we go. Okay, I see. But wait. What if I do center? Okay. Scale 1, 1. Okay, I think like this is gonna work. But if I want to move it a little bit, like... I just have to move it like this. That's strange. That's a strange way to move. Yeah. Okay, that's think it's good. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, we'll take a look. So I think the frame of the position is gonna work better, I guess. Definitively. Alright, let me test this. And nope. I mean, the frame have a good position. No, it's still not. No, it's still not working. Actually, 1 second. Well, the other frame have a good position. What's going on with this? So if my offset is this, why would it not work? Well, let me save again. Weird. So in the Michael video, I'm at I'm like at the last part of the UI system, the interaction system. So we'll see, but maybe later after this, if I fix everything. All right, let me check this. Let's see. Yeah, so the frame always out of my screen. All the other stuff is working except my frame. Very weird. I'm pretty sure the alignment is wrong. So how do you choose the alignment for this? Region. The scale, the visibility, the order. So can you, or maybe you have to put this in maybe you have to put this in a frame or something, no? A screen frame. Oh, it's center. Oh, by default, it's centered. Oh. Okay. By default, it's center. Well, it's not centered there, it's centered there, actually. So that's by default. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, this is not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is very strange. No, it's weird. It's not supposed to work like this. I'm missing something. I try to understand. Why don't put this in a... Frame chord. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I will try to... Yeah, I don't know. I may try like this, but... Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out this another time. I want to move on. This is weird. Let me try again. Yeah, it's almost this. Huh? The mouse doesn't work on the button, by the way. And it said hand. Oh, because it changed it. Next. Hand. Okay, let me just put it up a little bit. Okay, so let's leave it like this for now. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing I need to put a variable that gonna not allow me to re-click the code. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So let me check. Interaction. So how this work? So the first thing is I need a Boolean. Enable variation. Enable. Play interaction. Connect. You connect the. That was the old system. One dialog item node. Check configuration warning. Check for dialog item. Okay. So So how does this hand actually? An area enter, enable show, play show. Player connect, okay. Disconnect. Animation player play hide. Okay. Let me see. Oh, that's the interaction button. Okay, this is not what I'm looking. Okay, no, this is not that what I'm looking right now. So it might be the dialog system then. Get viewport is Windows. Get where remove char return. Timer timeout connect. So handle key press, but only if dialog is active. If is a tag is false, return. So if it's true. So is active is the eventing. But the thing is it's separate. Is active is true. So this is when the UI is activate. Okay. Yeah, but is there a way to connect the fact the dialogue is running. I'm wondering if there is a way to connect this and the interaction. Or like deactivate the zone. There might be a way. Ah, I can disconnect the zone. Aha. That's something I can do. Aria excited. An area excite. Like, I could disconnect the zone when we press when it activates. So something like this, I guess. Player interact. Something like this. So I disconnect the zone. Yeah, so I disconnect the zone and the dialogue show up. And when it's over, I mean, you reconnect it. How do you reconnect it? Like, no, wait. Why I just don't do a Boolean? Be much more simple, right? Wait, it's gonna be so much simpler if I do just a Boolean, right? Enable. Wait, there is a Boolean. What does Boolean do? Yo, Demi-Moore. Demi has like the stream. What's up, Dimitri, Demi. I don't know. Thank you for the like. Nice. We need some light. Here we go. Yeah, so I was thinking I just need a dialogue, actually. I just need a Boolean. I just need a Boolean. It's not really hard. Like a on-off. So why this in an export? Does all my yeah, like this here. Let me try something. I was like Warcraft 3 mode right now. I write set. I'm not sure if they all this work. Interaction started. True. And already. If interaction started is false. It's true actually. No. If interaction started is true, if enable is false. So if it's true, wait, so what I want is interaction started true. If is not actually. Wait a minute. This is an area enter. Oh no, this is the other way I should do it, like the other way. This is the interaction. Oops. No, wait. Wait a minute. Okay. So here. Animation play show. No, this is where you have to be. Interesting started is true. So show the dialogue. So if the interaction started is true, show the dialogue. So I need to put this at another place. Like... I think I'm doing it wrong. an area enter. So if you're in an area enter, if you could no, and dialogue finish. Yeah, this is why it's gonna turn false. Check for dialect and get configuration warning. Yeah, I need to find another way because the interaction is when I press the button actually. So you should. So this is not the good place. So I need to cross over like with another my other system. Maybe. Yeah. But I think I have one. I have a global script somewhere. The level manager, audio manager, player manager, save manager. I have it, right? Dialogue. Wait, I didn't create one. Let me check this. Dialog system. I have it. So dialog system.tscn. Dialog system.tscn. Dialog system.tscn. Where is it? Here we go. So it's this. So this is global. Okay, so this is the global one. So I can go in there and change everything I want. Well, then it's easy then. I just put my variable there and that's it. You know? So I can probably catch it. If I'm there, right? So dialogue. Point. How do I do this again? I don't remember. So Dialog system node, that's the name, right? Dialog system node. Okay, I have an idea then. Oh, there is a lot here. 1 second. The variation is activate. Yeah, so can I just grab this is activate from the dialog system? Wait, what is it called again? Oh, is active. I don't remember how this works. I did that so much time before. My brain. Well, let me check one other thing. Yeah, the switch system have this. Let me check the switch system. The switch system have this function. It's called... Oh, you can get it directly from... You don't have to spam it from another place. No, you get the function directly. I got it. Like, you have to do this. There we go. There we go. So this is how it works. So you put your variable, you go check your variable, and you put it. Okay, so it's like a local. So it's like the main and the local. No, wait. There's actually no local. It's directly to the save manager, level manager, next path. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so it's kind of easy. So you go in dialog. Where is it again? Dialog system, dialog interaction. So what I do is here I just put variable is active is dialog system node point is active. Something like this, right? Is it dialogue system node? No, it's just called dialogue system. Okay. Ah, here we go. Got it. Ah, here we go. Now it's good. Yes. So then you put this there. Is active is true. So if it's true, no, so if it's false, actually it should be if not. No, wait. No. Actually, it should be like this. So, is active. So, if is active is true, you show the dialogue. Actually, it should be if it's not true. Actually, I would just put false. Factory shows lag. Okay. And yeah, so technically talking, that should work just like this. We'll see, but let's see. Yeah. Let's test this. Here we go. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see. So he's talking. Hello, he god. Placeholder text. So I'm gonna try to re-click it. It's working! Dude, I'm so good. Look at this. So I cannot spam it. It works. Look, I'm pressing the key non-stop and it's working. So genius. Oh my god, I'm a genius. Alright, so that's very good. So you can move around. So that's the thing. So do I want the player to speak with something and continue? I don't think I want that, you know. So I need to block. I'm gonna have to block like the movement. So I need to block the movement and the attack. Only allowed like the E button when you're talking. So I need to block the movement and the attack or any button on my keyboard actually. Or the slingshot, you know. That's the thing. So yeah. That's what I have to do. So I have a stun effect I can use maybe. Maybe I can trick it to make another state, you know. The sound effect is crazy. Dude. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, so let's continue. So the only thing I need, and I have a stun effect I can do maybe. So there's a stun effect. You know, when I got it, I got stun lock, and I can't move, right? I can't move. I can't do anything. I should do the same kind of thing, but it's gonna block my character. Well, I can't move, right? Let me double check. When I got it, I can't move. It's very important. I'm just gonna double check. When I got it, I cannot move, right? No, I can't move. Can I attack? No, I don't think. I can't attack, can't move. Can I press the... Oh, I think I can shoot this. Yeah, this is not being blocked, actually. You see, I bug it, I think. No? Yeah. You can shoot that key when you stun lock. Okay, there's a couple things. Let me check the stun effect. The stun effect. Where is it? It's like the player state. Take damage. Earth box. Okay. Make invulnerable. Okay. Player interaction. Player state machine. Let me check this. Player spam, player camera, player state machine. I'm in player state machine. Okay, state. Stun. So that's the stun one. Player set direction. Handle input null. Is it the way? Is it this the thing? And physics null. Is it? Or maybe it's linked with this. I don't think it's linked with this. State run. No, I think it's completely different. The stun state. It's completely out of the input even. Player damage. Change the state. Well, that's it. There's only this 4 script, so interesting. So they use invulnerable state to make you. No, it's different because you can move and be invulnerable. Yeah. I cannot use that thing. It's really when I'm stunned, like, you know. It's very this thing. What is this set direction? So he's gonna go get the set direction in player. Okay, he's just repositioning the player. Okay. So I don't need this. So player update animation stun. Okay. Make invulnerable with the duration. Okay. Player make invulnerable. So he's running this. True. Hitbox monitoring false. Create a timer. Okay, so the timer is here. The 1 second. So the hitbox monitoring is false. It will be more in the machine, right? Player interaction. Oh. Player camera, player up, player push. I think there is something. Enemy counter, explosion, global manager with you player, global lever manager. No. Earth box inventory, no item, no level, no locador NPC, no patrol, no plan script, no play interaction host. I tried to find the key pressing. It should be in there. Direction. Oh boy. Set direction. Okay. I'm gonna try to do it myself, I think. So ChatGPT. How to keys pressing script. ChatGPT, maybe you give me some So this is what he gave me. He said disable input processing in the unsure node. Block specific key input. Function. If event is key event. Can key replace with key. Oh, so maybe I was right for the stun state. Like return nil? Is that working like this? It could be just this. Input enable. If not mode return if event is uneven press. Okay, yeah, but that's not what... A scan code. Oh, a scan code. Scan code. So this is my option, I think. Block specific key input. Wait, but I do not attack, huh? When I... Let me check something. Block specific key input. Okay, I can try this maybe. I have an idea. I'm gonna try something. Because if I can attack and press the dialogue at the same time, this is not... You know, if I block the attack, it's not good. Wait, I have an idea. Actually. I can block the state with my variable. Yeah, I didn't think about this. It's gonna be a lot more easier. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but... That's what I can do. I can just block the state directly and read my variable from my global. Let me check. Because it doesn't do anything. But can I do this and move and go there? Yeah, it's working. That's a problem. Wait, why I don't just allow one key then? No, because I can move. I want to stop moving. Yeah, I just want to stop moving. So... Well, that's easy. I just have to put the variable in the movement state. Like, I can set a dialogue is activate. Why not? Return walk. So where should I put all this in the machine? So who's running the key pressing? What happened when the player presses the state? So that's why I'm wondering, so where is exactly the key pressing system? Like, is it... Do I have a global for that? Or maybe it's in player, actually. Direction. Yeah, I mean, it can be here. I mean, this is reading the right, left, and stuff. So this is the input, actually. I mean, I could put it right there. I guess it's gonna work. This is directly the input right there. Call it every frame. Well, this is called every frame. Maybe that's not the best thing. But the input is there. Let me try. This isn't the player script. I mean, the input is right there, so... Okay, I can try. I'm gonna set variable dialogue talking. No. Any dialogue is activate. Is dialogue system when is activate. Any dialogue is activate, dialogue system is activate. So if any dialogue is activated is true, if it's false, actually, if it's false, you can run this. Yeah. So, yeah, something like that. So if there's a Diablo activate, you don't run it. That's it. Let me try this. Let's see. I'm gonna try this and see if maybe it's not the good spot, because this is like the proceed of the input. I mean, it sounds correct, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not the good place for this. I'm really not sure. But, well, let's try. Any dialogue is activate. Check my dialogue. If it's activate is false, you run it. Yeah, that makes sense. I just need to find the good spot of this condition and we'll be good. I mean, the global idea is there. Let's see. Let's see this. Alright, so I'm moving. I'm talking to the dude. I can't move. See? It's working. No way. Wait, guys. It's working. Wait, so I talk to him. I can't move. I cannot move. Like I'm pressing my key, but I can attack still. That's pretty good, actually. I mean, I'm just gonna block the attack as well. So if any dialogue is activated, you just block everything. You know, you block the boomerang, block anything. That's working very well. Oh my god. That's so good. Alright, that's good. So we're just gonna block the attack as well. It's the Q and the boomerang, the other skill. So if any dialogue is activated, no, Falcor. No, Falcor. You cannot pause the game in a multiplayer game. That's why I'm changing it. It's like I remove every pause game in the code of Michael, because you cannot pause the game if you play multiplayer game. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah. So I remove every pause game. Yeah. So you need to make other condition on it. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the attack animation direction. Where is my attack? Yeah, no, you cannot do that. There's a couple things Michael code in pose game. I remove everything. I remove everything. Like I just make a couple condition, but so where is the attack input? Where's the attack input? Proceed. Enter input. Yeah, but I mean, where is the core in player? Player base, yeah, I'm looking into it. No. It's not there. When I'm pressing the attack key on my keyboard, there should be a place. Player up, player spam, player state machine. Change state, change state. State, maybe? No. State attack. Proceed. If attack, return. During your dialogue, are you dropping back to an idle state? Yes, I think. Yes. Yes, I'm doing, yeah. State idle, state run, state stone. Oh, yeah, is action press attack. Oh, you're right, you're right. Okay. Yeah, it's right there, actually. Oh, there's the interact as well. Yeah, you're right, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, it's right there. Nice, fine. Nice found. Huh? Okay. So yeah, I think it should be good. You may not want to stop the interact, so you can keep advancing the dialogue. Yeah, you're right, I think. Yeah, you're right. Oh, too late, I just saved, but yeah, you're right, I should not put the interact. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Because the dialogue will not go on. Yeah. Alright, let me see this. But yeah, I think the interact is not gonna work. No, it's working. Can I attack? I can attack. Bah. Can I shoot the boomerang? Oops, I can shoot the boomerang. Yeah, it's working. I cannot attack, but I can work. The dialogue is still working. That's okay. Yeah, I'm using the handle input in the dialogue. Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, just need to stop the boomerang, and it's GG. Stop the boomerang. The boomerang is... I don't remember. Whoop, 1 second. There's a little bug here. Huh? The boomerang. Where's the boomerang? I don't remember. Boomerang. True. Yeah, the input of the boomerang, is it the same kind of thing in the player manager? Maybe? Or like it's like a state again? I don't remember. It has been so long, man. Attack. He has it call it from another action. Is it standing? I don't remember, man. Well, it's the button F on my keyboard. There should be something about that. Okay, this is the physics of the boomerang. I don't need that. Dialogue, no. Data, enemy, no. Player. Direction of the animation, take damage, are they? No. An ability. Ah, yeah, you're right. I remember now. There was an ability thing. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. It was an ability. It was an ability somewhere. Yes, it was ability. I got it. Ability. So it's right there. I got it. The input is there. There we go. Yeah, I got it. Okay, we have it. So everything should be cut during any dialogue. Good. Good. That's big step. I think what left me to do is the interaction dialogue. If I check the video, I think I did all this. I'm a part. There's so much part of this. Oh, interaction dialogue. There's a nice ad.
Going to our NPC side quest.
Let me stop the
music.
music.
Build this dialogue interaction script, as well as the dialogue text items that populate it, and put it together and hook it up to our dialogue. Now,
so
let's go ahead and look today what we're going to be building. So we are going to be working on an interactable functionality for our players. So let's go into this interactables folder, and I'm going to create a new folder and just call it
what he's doing.
Dialogue. So this will be our dialogue interactable, and I'm going to create some folders in here. We need one for our scripts, which we'll have a couple, and then another folder for
what's the result of this
sprites. Okay, and for the sprites, I'm going to go ahead and open. Built this simple interaction and dialogue. Well, we built a simple interaction system and hooked it to our dialogue.
No, I
system.
did that.
And
I did that. Wait. Interaction. Wait, there's not like a choice you have to do at some point? Wait a minute. I did that part.
in today's video, we're going to continue with our NPC side quest mini-series, and we're going to build this dialogue interaction script, as well as the dialogue text items that populate it, and put it together and hook it up to our dialogue system so that the hero and the player can now talk to the NPCs in the world.
Wait, I did that. Okay, so I did this. This is done. The inventory bug fix. Wait, what?
All right, everybody, another one of these little quick bug fixes. So I had a comment on a recent video, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this.
Ah.
And let me jump over to the code base.
Oh, I
Okay,
did
so
that actually.
Here in the project, I'm looking at the pause menu, and this is the grid container.
Okay, I did this as well. So where I am now? Oh, we don't want you ad. Okay, let me check this one.
Today we're going to take our dialogue system and our NPCs, and we're going to hook them up all together so that we give it some game juice and make it so we've got sound effects, thinking, mouth moving, typing out letters, the works. So stay tuned.
Okay. Well, there's one thing I just see. I don't think I see the name of the hero, right? When I talk. Let me take a look. Do I see the name of the old man? See? It just said name. So it doesn't work because it just said name. I don't see the name of the guys. Ah, well. Okay, what's going on with this? I think I missed something. Let me check. Dialogue interaction. Dialogue system. Name label. Let me see the script. Choose option visible. Start dialog. Choose name label. Here we go. Boom. So that should work now. Let me check this. What? Diaper Patrol? What the hell, dude? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna test it. So I just activate the name, but because before it was not working, I think. So I'm at the choose option. Let me check.
Hi, my name is Michael. Welcome to my 2D action and adventure RPG tutorial series. Follow along and learn how to create your own ARPG in Godot 4 using GD script.
Yes.
Okay, so today here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this scene that we've developed, built this functionality. Let's go ahead and demo it real quick, where we can interact with and speak with one of these NPCs. Or throw a boomerang at him, because apparently I can't remember the key bindings. Okay, so what we've got is we've got a nice looking dialogue system, right? And it's able to go and iterate through the dialogue items that we're passing in. But the thing that's missing, of course, is the game juice. This is something that I've mentioned in the past, but I've never been very explicit when we're adding it. And obviously, we don't need to do anything more with this dialogue system for it to be functional, you know, as far as just getting through a series of dialogue items. But what we do want to do is make it a little bit more interesting and interactive and exciting to use. Okay, so that's what game juice is. It's sound effects, it's visual effects, it's, you know, different things that add.
Okay, once again, Michael, let me just test this, and we're gonna do the game juices. The game juice. The game juice, Michael. The game juice. What is going on? 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, we see the name, but it's decal. Great. Yeah, the old man is not the good place, but it's working. Wow, once again, let's fix this. Easy fix, okay? Easy fix. Happy? Okay, so the game juice. Let's see the game juice. The game juices. Part number, I don't know, number 31, I think.
And enhance the kind of the feel, the ambiance that our game can provide.
Okay.
And in order to do so, we will do that in our dialogue system script. So I'm going to go ahead and open that.
Okay.
Just scroll to the top here. Okay, so if you remember, we've got our dialogue system node.
Yes.
It extends a canvas layer, and we've got these things that we set up. Okay, so hopefully you're at that point. If not, you can go back to previous videos.
No, I'm at that point.
Stuff working, and then you'll be ready to dive into this one. Alternatively, if you have
explain me, Michael. Explain me.
Similar implementation with yours, then you may be able to start just fine here. You're just going to have to retrofit the code to match your project if it's different.
Yes, sir.
All right, so in this file, let's add a few additional variables that we're going to need to be able to make this work.
Okay.
I want to add a new signal.
Okay, I have it.
We'll call this signal letter added.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're actually going to, this is going to not only emit a signal, but the signal is going to contain what that letter was. Okay. So it has an argument here, which is letter of type string. And as a side note, I did some research about this. When you static type your variables by assigning the type like this. I mean, we could just do letter and pass anything we want, and it could be a number. But when we static type them, there are actually performance improvements, and depending on the type of functionality you're doing, I've learned it could be anywhere from an 8% to like 20% speed improvement. Okay. And that might not matter if you're making a small game, but it could add up over time. Okay. And especially if you write inefficient code, which I don't claim to write ultra efficient code always. So, I mean, I'm not an expert at efficient code. So
you're not an expert, but you're learning every.
So that's just a side note about this.
That developer how to make a game.
We've got a couple.
You're the only one, Michael. You're the only one.
So not only do we want to know when the dialogue is active, but we want to know when text is in progress. So I'll just call this variable text in progress. Meaning I like, is the text typing out on the screen, right? And by default, we can set that to false. I also want to have a few other variables that we can use to control the text and the speed of the text.
All this, I guess.
So one of them is called text speed.
I'm gonna skip a little bit because I copied the
code and use that for. All right. And then let's do just maybe one other quick setup or two. Let's look at our timer. I want to make sure that. All right. And then let's do just maybe
let's do the setup
or two. Let's look at our timer. I want to make sure this is configured.
The timer.
So we want our timer. We're going to set the wait time in code, so you can leave that. I want to turn on one shot.
Okay.
We can look at the description. So if you don't have this on, then when the timer runs to 0, it starts back over. So if you leaving this off, the default is if you want something to if you want the timer to trigger every second, then you could turn that off.
Okay.
We want to turn this on so that it stops. And if I recall, the finished signal that we want to connect to won't fire if we don't have it on one shot, right? If it's repeating, then it's never finished. So I'm pretty sure that's why we turned that off. I don't know, I might be forgetting, but and then lastly, let's just make sure we've got our audio stream player configured. So let's set the voice split audio in there.
The voice split audio. Quick load. Voice splits. Oh, blitz. So how this work?
And I want to set this to play through the sound effect bus. You might alternatively in your project have an additional audio bus for UI audio, and sometimes I do that. I don't know that it's ultra necessary, but just to show you to play through the sound effect bus.
Oh yeah, this thing.
You might alternatively in your project have an additional audio bus for UI audio, and sometimes I do that. I don't know that it's ultra necessary, but just to show you down here in the audio, you can see I've got a few different buses set up, and I have muted the music bus while I'm working because
this is how you mute.
I want to hear the music while I'm working, but I do want to hear the sound effects most of the time, so I don't mute that.
I didn't know.
And so by selecting that bus here on the audio stream player, that means anytime it plays audio, goes through sound effect. And then if we were to set the volume differently, which I have also done that here, then obviously these will pick up those settings and anything else that you've done to your buses. Okay. And then I guess one last thing is let's set our max polyphony to something like
polyphony.
And again, this is just, you can see this tooltip here as I hover it, but
maximum number of sound is not can play at the same time.
That a node can play at the same time. So if you had this set to the default of 1, then as soon as you played a second sound, it would like cut off the first sound and begin playing the second sound. And sometimes that's desirable and sometimes that's not. And in my experience with this building, this component, I think putting the polyphony higher so we get a little bit of overlap of the sound effect is a little bit more pleasant. Okay, so you can experiment with that. And you don't want to set this too high necessarily. I think audio can eat up memory, I think, sometimes. So keep this low. 6 might even be too high, but whatever, you can experiment. Okay, so there we go. I think we've done. We've set up variables and we've set up some things in our dialog system node. Okay, so the first effect I want to work on is that of the typing or displaying the text as the, you know, to kind of simulate the character talking. And I want to just review one of the features that's built in that we're going to be able to use to accomplish this quite easily, actually. And you can see if I select my rich text label and go to the inspector, down under displayed text, there is a visible characters value, and let's just set this to 2. And you can see what that did is it only shows 2 characters, okay? And as we increase this, it will increase and decrease. So,
cool.
And obviously -1 is just for displaying all, is how that's interpreted, right? So what we can do is manipulate that value over time to get our text type out effect. Okay, so let's go back over to our script. We're going to want to go down to our start dialog right here. We've got 2 functions that are somewhat confusingly named, maybe. Show dialog shows the UI. Start dialog actually begins by selecting which piece of dialogue we need to start and displaying it in the box. Okay, so 2 different things. So we want to look at the start dialog method.
Okay.
And we're going to add some code to this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our content, okay, which is
Wait, content?
the reference to our rich text label, right? Content. It's referencing that. And we will start, every time we start a new dialogue item, we will set the visible characters equal to 0. Okay, so that means it's not going to be displaying anything. And then we need to calculate the text lengths that we have. If you recall, we just set up those variables, right? We've got text length, plain text. Okay. So text length equals content dot.
Let me check.
And then there's a method we can use on this label that is called get
dialog system.
Get total character count. Okay. And then likewise, we want to take our plain text and we want to set that equal to the content. There's another function we're going to use. It's called get parsed text. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at these real quick. So get total character count. And by the way, that's just holding control.
Show.
Okay, so then that pulls you to the documentation. In this case, for the rich text label, it would take you, if you're working on Node 2D, we get an explanation of what these functions do. Get total character count's pretty straightforward. Returns a total number of
I'm at the good thing or
from
not?
text tags. Does not include BB codes, right?
Show
Remember how I was
dialog.
mentioning that earlier? And then when we look at, let me go ahead and close these 2 scripts. When we look at the dialog system and we go to get parsed text, this returns the text without BB code markup. Right? Normally we could just access the content text by saying content.text. But the content.text, when we look at it in code, it includes the BB codes. When it's displayed on screen, the text label is smart enough to strip out and apply the BB codes. Okay. So that's why we want this plain text here, so that we have a variable in our code that matches what the player sees. Okay. And then the next thing we need to do is let's set our text in progress variable to true. So we know, oh, okay, we're typing out our text equals true.
I have the best. I mean, he's explaining the old version, I think.
Because we're going to want to start our timer.
Okay,
we'll make a function for this.
Let me skip a little bit.
Okay, that was that value I showed you in the inspector. We're going to set this equal to the text speed. We run this, and we talk to this guy. Why do I keep hitting the boomerang button? I might need to change my key bindings. So now he says nothing, right? And we can hit next.
You know what? Let me just test this. Wait. Because I think I got all the coding correctly. It's just I have to go to the option stuff. So let me just save this. And let me see.
Not quite what we want, but you can see. Oops. I just changed that to plus equals 16. I meant to hit F5 and I tapped the 6. Okay, so if I can remember how to talk to him. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is it's kind of embarrassing. Oh, oops. Nothing happened. One more step. A breakpoint just by clicking here in the left column of the code editor. You see when I hover over a line of text, you get that little red dot. What this will do is it should stop the game, and as soon as we call this function or get to a certain line and notify us that we reached it. So maybe I'm too close to the project right now and I'm blind. No, we did call start timer and start dialogue. And do we ever call start dialogue? on timer.start. I hope some of you aren't at home screaming at the camera, like, or at the screen. Okay, I'd hit that.
Okay, let me see.
Stop. Stop. Okay, let's just double check.
Ready. If you plan on having a station dialogue, a solution becomes.
I sometimes like doing print because I don't want it to stop. I just want to be able to see if something comes out. And this is probably considered bad practice by some people, but
check.
It's just what I like to do. And sometimes I'll just put the
whoa,
the name of the function, you know.
Okay, it's really loud, but it's working. Ah, it worked. Okay, so it's working, but it's super loud. Yeah, it's loud. Can I just reduce the sound a little bit? Sorry. With code. Ready. But whatever.
Really interesting.
Let me check the rest of the video.
It happened once. So there must be a game from being able to advance finished. Now one thing I can do is I can just press and keep going next. And I don't mind that behavior actually. If you wanted to prevent
player from skipping text,
the person playing the game from being able to, yeah, I had to wait. Okay, so that's going to be a judgment call that you guys, we would need to set our text in progress. Easy to add.
So I did that. I'm skipping a couple of the video because
we want to connect to that.
I connect everything already.
Dialog system dot letter added dot connect, and so what we could do, okay, so that's good. That means this script is working so far. Open. I devised this solution where we could check if it's a valid. Just want to check. We've got a number of frames that we're keeping the mouth open, so we need to kind of decrease that.
Check the mouth open. What is that?
So, like if open mouth
in the dialogue portrait,
open frames, right?
Is
greater than 0.
Okay.
We need to subtract it.
That's cool.
Mouth open frames minus equals 1. So what this does is we're gonna set every time there's like a vowel or something, we're gonna get
that's
like,
nice.
Okay, for 4
yeah,
frames,
so you're choosing the stuff.
And this isn't tied to frames per second. This is tied
and you
to
change
letters.
the frame. That's
so frames is maybe misleading, but
that's really cool actually. Really nice.
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna say if open mouth
pretty cool
does not equal this value that we're passing in, right? More natural, a little bit more game juice, right? Each little thing we're doing adds to that game juice. Now, one more thing we're going to do with the portrait, obviously, is we want to utilize one more function. I'm going to do it right down here.
Update portraits.
And we'll just call it, I'm going to call it blinker, which is really weird, but whatever.
So I did that.
We're just going to call blinker, right? Portrait.
I did that too. I'm skipping, so.
Okay, so there's actually one more thing I do want to do though that I pitch mod.
What's your pitch? What is that?
Modify the audio pitch.
Dialogue portrait.
And it equals,
so he changed it there.
0. Hold on. Let's not call it mod. Let's call it.
But that's the pitch. It's like the.
And we'll set it equal to 1.0.
A specific audio pitch.
And then we'll just update this with whatever's in the character.
Wait, how do you
go down to our code? And instead of picking this range, we're going to go with audio pitch base minus 0.
But how do you specific the NPC?
2D. But it's now a dialogue portrait. So let's change that to dialogue portrait.
One second. Portrait sprite in the dialogue system. I changed it already to dialogue portrait. Okay.
And
Well,
now if we go down to where
everything
we
is
call
already
portrait sprite,
done.
and I'm just going to do a copy find so I can find it. You can see he has this resource applied, so he's going to have that
audio pitch in the NPCs. I see, I see, I see, I see, I see. All right, let me check. Okay. I don't have it. No, I don't. Well, I missed something.
And then I'm going to go to my NPC scripts, and then okay, so there's actually one more thing I do want to do though that I kind of forgot, but we're going to do it now. And that's that not only do I want the audio pitch to be able to shift, but I want it to be able to be unique per NPC. And we can do that pretty simply. And it's just going to require some modifications to our NPC resource. So I'm going to go down here to the file system. Oops, I don't want to close it. I want to go to it. And then I'm going to go to my NPC scripts. And then so if I can find the resource, let's open that up. So you remember we have this dialogue audio pitch. If you're following along, we set this up and we set it to a string and we didn't ever do anything with it. Now, here's what we'll do. For now, I'm going to just set this to a float. Okay. And I'm going to set it equal to 1.
Dialogue audio pitch.
Okay, so that's going to be like the basic normal pitch. And that's what we're currently hearing with a slight variation is just a pitch at 1. And I'm going to go ahead and just save that. And then if I come in here, there we go. You can see his audio pitch is 1. That's fine. Let's go to NPC 1.
Wait, he go to NPC. Oh, here we go. Oh, dialogue pitch. Okay, so you can select there. Okay, I got it. But why didn't it happen there? It's not the same thing. Oh, yeah, it's right there. I'm stupid. I didn't click the good thing. I was clicking the wonder thing. Oh, yeah, it's working. Okay, everything is good. Let's move on. Next section.
It worked for him, but we're getting a bug. You maybe hadn't saved. We have it.
So let's see.
We have totally game juiced out our dialogue system just by adding, right? We added the animations, we added audio, we added the text play animation, and we made all of it
What's next?
based off of letters, random values for pitch, and things like that. So I hope you guys have learned something new. Please continue to comment, give my videos a like if you are enjoying the content I'm giving you, and if you want to see what's coming next, hit that subscribe button. All those things really help my channel.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button is a good idea. So what next? Is there another part? Part 5. Bugs. Okay, let's see the bugs. Come on.
Hello, today we're going to go through some of the work that we've done recently on our dialogue system,
bugs.
as well as our NPC patrol and wander behaviors, fix some bugs, and clean up some code.
Okay, let's clean up some code.
Hi, my name is Michael. Welcome to my 2D action and adventure RPG tutorial series. Follow along and learn how to create your own ARPG in Godot 4 using GDScript.
All right, I'm ready.
Right, so this is going to be a more of like a bug fixing and polishing session before we move on with the rest of our NPC. There's a few rough edges that we have with some of the pieces that we've developed, and so I want to take this opportunity to clean them up now. Okay. So we're going to cover, let's see, I think 4 things today. I guess 5 actually. So we've got an audio pitch minor issue with the audio pitch that I want to address with our NPC resources. We also have some code that I intended to put in that we didn't, where we can make our dialogue system a little bit more dynamic by causing the wait time to be different if it's like a period at the end of a sentence. I want to update the audio playback on our portrait script so that we get a little bit better effect from it. And then there's 2 bugs that I want to fix, one related to our patrol on our NPCs, and another one related to the Wanderer. And both of these are related to how those interact with the dialogue system. So stay tuned today if you want to fix those issues, and we'll go ahead and get started. So first off, let's look at our NPC resource, and let's go ahead and go to our scripts panel, and I've already got that open. NPC resource, but you may need to find yours.
So this is what he fixed?
The file system. In fact, I can right click and say show in file system. There we go. So that's going to be under NPC and scripts.
I'm interested to know what's the
we
bug
have this
is.
dialogue audio pitch that we exported in our last video so that we could vary the pitch of the NPC audio that's played when we're talking. And there's one minor flaw with this, and that's that we didn't specify a range, and there are 2 reasons we want to. One is because really low ranges like 0 and lower are invalid, I believe, and really high ranges are just going to sound really terrible. Okay, so we kind of need to curate that, I think, to some degree. And so what we'll do, this is a simple fix. We're just going to say export range. So we're not going to change the variable type or anything like that. We're just going to give it a range of 0.5, the low end.
Export range. I didn't know this exists.
And actually 1.8 might be kind of high, but whatever. And then we can give it one additional argument here, 0.02. And this one is the interval at which the changes will happen. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I like it. It'll kind of help snap our values as we adjust them. That's all we need to do there. Now, in the future, if we make a new NPC, we won't be able to set a value that's too low. And especially because we're adding and subtracting.
Oh, this is where you...
If you set this value
this is
really
where you
low,
select
like
this here.
1, and then with our range, you might
yeah.
end up with a 0 or a negative number, and that won't work. So we can't assign a negative number to the audio stream player's pitch value.
Next.
So that's our first little fix, quick and easy. Now let's move on to the second one, and this is going to be in our NPC portrait script. So
NPC
let's
portrait
go over
script.
to our dialogue system.
NPC
so if you recall, in our portrait sprite, we added this custom script in our last video, and we do some... This is where we control the portrait animation, and we also did some audio playback. And this can sometimes have maybe undesired, I don't know, effects, or maybe not undesired, but not quite good enough. And what I want to do real quick is let's go to our NPC2, this one that's on the patrol behavior. And let me just add one of these dialogue interaction scenes. And then underneath the dialogue interaction, let's add a dialogue text.
What he's doing.
And then we'll just put something, actually, we can just leave it as placeholder text for now. Well, no, I want to do this. Let's say, hi, how's Hero? Okay, so just a short thing. And then let's just play this and let's notice what happens. We're going to see 2 bugs. We're going to see first bug, which is where the NPC is going to like kind of teleport. We'll deal with that one in just a moment. But the other bug, it's not a bug actually, it's just not cool enough.
Maybe I should put this.
Oh, okay. This is one reason why the pitch scale is important, right? It's less than 0. Let's stop and let's play that again. Interesting.
Wait, let me...
Okay, I think we have a bug happening here that's related to what we saw last video, where this NPC's values maybe aren't set. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's just set it high and let's try running this again. Okay, so that's working. For some reason, if we haven't touched these NPCs after we change that resource script, I think it's passing in a 0. So anyways, you notice how it only beeped a couple times? Feels like that could be better. Okay, so that's what we're going to address right now. So when we look at the dialogue portrait,
You know StarCraft 2 had this feature, like the editor StarCraft 2 had this feature.
script,
Integrate
I
in the
add
editor.
a few things here to check open mouth. So what we've done with the vowels here seems appropriate, and I'm okay with that. But I realized that we might actually want to play an audio, even if it's like an exclamation mark. But in this case, I had this thought that instead of setting the pitch to this random value, we could just set the pitch to like a lower value than all the other ones, so it kind of signifies the end of a sentence or something like that. So we'll just do audio pitch base -0.1 and then play that. Okay, and then I want to do one other thing here, and that's that down here where open frames equals 0. I want to just adjust this. So I think if this is the frame where the mouth closes, then we want to do a little bit more. So we're going to add just a
This one doesn't work?
So first we'll say if open mouth
what I'm missing?
true, because we only want to do this when the mouth is open. Otherwise, there's no point in doing even setting open mouth to false, right? And then what we'll do is we'll just take, I think I've still got that on the clipboard. Yeah.
Oh, you
We'll
have
just take
no
this
dialogue
code and
interaction.
We'll play it again. But we can do a lower pitch so that the consonants are always a little bit lower. Okay.
Dialogue
And then
interaction.
we'll just play a sound on some of those, but not all of them. So now if we go ahead and run the project, and we talk to this guy, it should sound a little bit better.
PC behavior patrol.
Yeah. And let's go talk to our original NPC. Cool. Okay.
Dialect
And then
text.
one other thing that I want to address that's related to this, what we're doing right now, and this is in the dialogue system, is I want to go to our start timer function, which is going to be at the bottom of your script probably. At least that's where mine ended up. And you noticed I put this little comment in here when we were working to manipulate the wait time, but we never did. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. The first thing we're going to do to be able to manipulate that is we want to just get the...
What you said? I added an export enable as well on my NPC, so I could turn them off as needed. Okay, paste. Why you talking to me? He got 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And are you okay? And on the NPC2, wait, where is all the... I have to click on it. I'm gonna load the pitch. No, hide the pitch a little bit. Old man 2. All right, let me test this. So save. Okay, so he talk about, let's continue.
current character. And so this is very similar to
The wait time.
just typing. It's more noticeable if you slow it down. I don't know, that was hardly noticeable on that guy. Bugs that we have. The first of these bugs that I want to fix is a pretty minor one, and it's kind of hard to trigger sometimes. It just happened. I don't know if you noticed, but our NPC, he's facing away from us now. And there's just a weird minor bug, and if we go to our wander script, we can see it. So let's see, wander behavior. Let's open this script. And what happens in our wander behavior is we've got these awaits, and then we do stuff, right? And we have a few of these: if do behavior equals false, return. And when we're in the dialogue, the do behavior will be false. But you'll notice when we get to this walk phase, we don't have that. And because of that, sometimes the NPC...
Okay, one second. I'm gonna check if I have this. So in the Wander NPC 1 behavior Wander in start. Yes, I have it.
NPC is just going to try and walk, and so it's going to get through some of this code, even though it doesn't all work.
Okay.
It does kind of try and update his animation. So if we set this in here, that should fix that bug.
Okay.
And let's just go ahead and run the project. Notice how he didn't turn away from me that time. Very good. Okay, so I think we fixed that one with just that little adjustment. Okay, and I know there's some people who've been commenting where this particular wander behavior, if you wait a really long time, he can maybe...
You spin.
Get outside of his area, and then he kind of bugs out and does something like my player's doing, right? I haven't encountered that yet, so I'm going to try and make time to...
He spins. Sometimes they spin like crazy.
What is causing it and try and fix it. So if anybody has any ideas, please comment below if you've encountered that bug. Now the next bug that we're going to address, the last item that we'll address, is the biggest one, and it's the patrol bug. So if we go back in, remember how when we talked to this guy, I just put a...
You don't move anymore.
On him. We talk to him.
So they stop moving when I talk to them, like completely.
Patrol point and start patrolling from there. Okay. I think it's a little bit obvious what's happening, but essentially what's
So why they all stop moving?
Let's open the script. Whenever that dialogue ends and the behavior begins again for this NPC, it calls the start behavior. And I'm on NPC, hold on. One NPC patrol. Okay. So it calls the start, and in our start, that means the first thing he does is he does this right here, a couple things. And this is where the bug happens, because suddenly the location index gets incremented and we move him to that location, and it's like, oh shoot. Or actually, even before we get here is where it happens. It's right here. You know, he gets to see his global position get set to the target position at the beginning of his idle, just to make sure he's dead center there. So what's happening is that he gets teleported, and then it sends him to the next location, and he starts walking, or he might idle. This one I tried for a while to kind of fix it, and I tried several things, that all caused
node. Did you choose the node?
Issues and complications? But I finally did find something that I think works pretty good. So we're going to update this script, and we're going to break
Did you
our
clone?
function apart. We're going to put each phase of his behavior into different functions, and we're going to change how we call each of those just a little bit. But to start, let's add a few variables. So we've got this patrol location, current location index, and target. Right under this, let's add a couple additional variables. So we're going to have one called has started.
Yo, Willem Borai pledged $1. Yo, thank you so much. It's gonna be straight.
Which is a vector 2.
This is gonna be straight to the game budget. Wait, another. What is this?
And then I want to do one other thing.
Wait, is that real? 2-person pledge? Oh, there's something. No. What is this? No, this is wrong. Wait. This is wrong. This is Patreon. The Patreon is over for years. This is fake news. The Patreon is over for years, okay? I don't know what's going on. Let's take a look. Let me check my Patreon. My Patreon is dead for years. Like, there's absolutely nothing going on the Patreon. Like years. Let me check what's happening. It's fake news, guys. Wait, total membership 20? Nah, what the hell is this? 1 One second. No, this is bug out. This is bug. That I got excited for nothing. I'm just gonna mute the alert. Okay, so yeah, it's bug out. Alright, this is real actually. Demi Morris like the stream. Thank you. Okay, so I think we fixed the Patreon bug. Okay, we fixed it. Okay, so what's going on? I'm lost a little bit. So did you clone NPC? We may have to make the other NPC unique. No, because I changed the... Ah, you're right. Because I used the same... Ah, you're right. I mean, you're right. Yeah, I understand what you're talking. So you mean the 00 global NPCs. So how this work actually? I just duplicate it. That's it. Oh. Duplicate. 02. Yeah. So here. Yeah. So if I choose this guys, I don't know, I can just throw in there, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's gonna work, I think. Okay, let me try this. Alright. Sorry about all this, but let me continue the Michael video a little bit.
And let's go into our patrol behavior scene. We don't have anything.
What's the result of this?
Let's just try it out and see how it works. So now if I talk to this guy while he's walking, which is most of the time, there we go. He just resumes walking.
He resumes his walking. Yeah, my NPC doesn't resume, so yeah, let me check. Maybe it was because I didn't like do it correctly. You have to make the NPC itself unique as well as the resource. You sure? Let me check. You sure about this? Yeah, he stopped moving. Uh-oh. Oh no, he stopped moving too. Debu, stop moving! Michael, it doesn't work. 1 second. You have to make the NPC itself unique as well. What you need for? What do you mean? What do I miss? It didn't resume. They haven't leaving their talking state. Oh no, I think that's me when I changed the code, I think. Yeah, it can be my fault actually, because when I removed the pose, I think maybe he's waiting for the pose. Yeah. I think I know what's going on. I changed the code a little bit. Dialect system. I don't know where this is. Show dialogue, so when it's done, I think he used a dialogue end signal to set the NPC script. Well, let me check. Check NPC. Interaction finish. Do beaver true, do beaver enable. Well, where I'm running this? I'm running this from where? On interaction finish. Oh, it's probably the dialogue interaction. Yeah, it's right there. On dialogue finish. No, it's not this actually. It's the NPC section. NPCs. You don't think I have it connect? Oh. This? Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oh, okay. 1 second. I was missing something. Oopsie. Oopsie. Already? Okay, I'm gonna double check because, you know, I play a lot with... I deactivate a lot of things when I try, you know, when you code and you try to figure out. So I'm gonna double check everything. In the ready, oh, let me check. Let me double check if I have other thing deactivate. Okay, NPC Beaver, okay, NPC Patrol. Wander. No, everything is good. Let me check. Wait, there's a crash? Oh, that's the setup NPC. Oh, no, 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 no. I have to remove that thing. I remember why. Yeah, because I'm not using the same thing as him. No, it's not this. Sorry. Yeah, no, I have to deactivate that. Because this is like the way he's making sprite and it's not good. I just remove it. No, it's not this. I'm missing something? Let me check. NPCs. NPCs. Script. NPCs. Let me check this. Finish and connect, yeah. Yeah, it's there. Same thing. That thing, yeah. Do before is true. Do before enable emit. Yeah, I can try. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think there's probably a condition somewhere I deactivate, or there might be something. Because I did a couple change because of the game pose. Oh, that is what I think. I think it's because he links something with the game pose thing. You know, when the game pose is over, the NPC restarts, something like this. But I deactivate the game pose, so it's probably why. It's probably why. It's the game pose thing. When he posed the game. Yeah, I'm sure there's something related to that. It's probably in the dialogue interaction, or I don't know. I'm gonna check. It's always the game pose. Always the game pose. Wait, there's a bug again? Oh no, I just saved. Whoops. Never mind. Yeah, the way he's making his sprite, I hate it so much. He's using like... He's not using 2D animated sprite. He's using a normal sprite every time. I think it's a waste of time, but whatever. No, there's nothing. Yeah, you see? So you don't go in this state. There's nothing. There's nothing. So he doesn't reach this. I'm pretty sure it's the posting. I think... I mean, I removed this. So why did I remove this again? I don't remember. So I remove it because there was something, you know. That's the connection, but why did I remove it again? There was a reason. Let me check. It's there. I remove it. There was a reason why I removed that. There was a reason. Yo, the Patreon donation was insane. What happened? Like, what the hell was that? Back in time, I had a couple Patreon. Maybe like 8 years ago. It was a long time ago. Maybe 10 years ago. How old I am? So I think it's like 10 years ago I had a lot of Patreon. A lot. Not that much. No? Okay, let me check this. Yeah, I disconnect it for a reason. Now it worked. But why did I disconnect it? It's working. Well, I don't remember why I did that. I hate the magnet so much. I removed the magnet. I hate it so much. It's better because you can see stuff on the ground. I just keep it for the boomerang, but... The magnet is nice for the boomerang, but I think on the character is so bad. Alright. So it's kind of working, but this guy's... Yeah. No, it's working. Everything worked. Okay. Well, that's very nice. I mean, what's the rest of the video about? Let me check.
still be running, because it's still oh, I'm getting kind of long with this series. I mean, this is video 34, and a little bit on our dialogue system. And
yeah, I found it. The commercial, yeah, I found it. Okay, so I'm done with this video. What's the next one? Is there another? There's another part? Jesus Christ. How many parts the NPC have? Branching, and that's the last one. No, it's not the last one. There's another one after. Dialogue choices, branching. Jesus Christ.
Here, but we'll take it one step further, and we'll create a little custom.
Oh boy, okay.
So in order to create,
wait, what?
In today's video, we're going to expand the functionality of our NPC dialogue system to allow for branching dialogue.
Branching. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, can be useful for sure. I mean, everything in this video, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna use it, but you know, it's actually useful. Every single thing. It's like there is a video when he's throwing object, and I'm like, I don't want to throw object, and after this, I'm like, bah, it's cool actually, so let's just do it, you know. So I'm like, it's just like, I don't know, it's a learning curve at the same time. After this, after all the video, you decide what you take and what you keep and what you don't. But yeah. Okay. So what we do? Do we continue? Yeah.
Hi, my name is Michael.
What's this about?
Welcome to my 2D action and adventure RPG tutorial series. Follow along. Add some new user interface or UI interactive elements to our dialogue system, and so that the player can make the choices that are presented to them. And then we also need to update and add maybe a dialogue item type. So currently we've got our dialogue text, like we've got here. We need to have a dialogue choice, and then we want our dialogue branch, which is kind of like the answer or the options that the player can select. And that's going to contain its own set of dialogue text nodes, right? That the NPC or the system can loop through. And then we also need to update our dialogue system code to be able to handle all these things. So adding some conditions and some functions to allow it to work with the new components in our dialogue system. And all the resources that are needed for this should have been already gathered if you've been following along with these NPC and AARPG tutorials up to this point. If not, you can find them on the itch.io page, which is linked in the description. And today we're just going to probably need some of these icons that we're using that you can see in the inspector. Okay, so let's begin by going into our dialogue system.
Yeah, you did. So you wanted to skip it to the true object one? Yeah, I mean, and the same thing. I'm like, I don't want to true object, and I'm like, because it's like it gives you idea for other things. That's the thing. It's like the UI I'm doing right now. I didn't really want to do that, but I mean, you don't know, like, it's a learning curve. So
now, if you recall, this is an autoload or a global scene that we've created, and so I've saved this in my GUI dialogue system folder. So there's that scene there. And this scene currently has all the UI that we need to be able to display the person speaking, the speech bubble or text box area with their name.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to add to this today are some elements where we can display buttons that the user can select. Okay. First, let's go ahead and just collapse a few of these things. Inside of my dialogue UI control node, I'm going to add a new node that we're going to use to contain these buttons, and it's going to be a VBox container. And we used this in the past, if you recall. Let me just drag this somewhere in the middle. If you recall, this actually just kind of spaces items vertically within it, and it does so automatically. So you can see, let's add a couple buttons here. I'm just going to add actually just one and then duplicate it twice.
Button.
Hit save instead of duplicate. Okay, so duplicate it. So you can see how it automatically stacks them, right? And I'm going to resize this container to be wide because I want my text options to potentially be as wide as needed. And then let's go to the settings for our container here.
Mm.
And I want to set this alignment to center. You can choose, I mean, you could have it aligned from the bottom, the top, whichever works for you. If we have it aligned from the center, then you can see as we add or remove them, then they kind of center here. Conversely, it might be
why you
interesting to have
did?
it be from the bottom, automatically, so you can see, let's add a couple buttons here. I'm just going to add actually just one and then duplicate it twice. Oop. Hit save instead of duplicate. Okay, so duplicate it. So you can see how it automatically stacks them, right? And I'm going to resize this container to be wide because I want my text options to potentially be as wide as needed. And then let's go to the settings for our container here. And I want to set this alignment to center. You can choose, I mean, you could have it aligned from the bottom, the top, whichever works for you. If we have it aligned from the center, then you can see as we add or remove them, then they kind of center here. Conversely, it might be interesting to have it be from the bottom, whatever, or the top, obviously. This is just a decision you can make, but that's how that works. And I want to go to, I actually want to take my anchor preset here for, I'm going to select my VBox container, and I want to kind of center it. That puts the origin point there close to the center, that I can just move it.
Okay.
And this can all be done, you know, by eye. Just move it where you think it looks good. And let me just grab these buttons, and I just want to add some text.
Choice.
Obviously, we're not going to say choice 1, but on all of them, but there you go. So we've kind of done that. Choice and these buttons are going to be placeholder. We're going to have them removed kind of dynamically from code. But there we've got basically what we need, right? We've got a box with some buttons that we can present to the user. And, you know, we could stop here, but we'll take it one step further, and we'll create a little custom theme for these. So in order to create that theme, this is something we haven't really done a whole lot. What in the past, so far with my tutorial series, we've been going into theme overrides and just making some adjustments to things. But you can actually define a theme, and this would be wise to do at the very beginning of building your UI if you've got a plan for it. But the benefit of making a theme is then you could just apply it. You could set it as a default so that all of your buttons and other UI
2.3 hour. Holy shit!
Apply different things to different.
Okay, thank you, Folkor. Was nice. You helping me all the time. It's nice. Have a nice dinner.
Different types of UIs.
I'm gonna do this tutorial and we'll see.
UI theme, which is different from like your system start screen or main menu theme. And that's kind of what we're going to do here. So we're going to create a very small and limited theme, at least in its scope, just so that we can get familiar with the concept. And then in the future, you're welcome to take this and develop your own UI themes with it. In fact, I would highly recommend it because it's one of Godot's many awesome features that I think is overlooked and maybe underutilized a lot of times. So to begin, I'm going to select the VBox container, and I'm going to go to theme. And here where it says theme, I'm just going to go click on that and say new theme. And then right away, I'm going to go ahead and just click this drop down arrow, and I'm going to save the theme, click save as, and go to my GUI dialog system folder, and I'll just save the theme in here. And I'm going to call this something like dialog choice theme.
1 second. What is he doing? Direct system. Why do you doing this? Dialog choice team.
Okay, and you'll notice this is a T-res. So this is a Godot resource, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now you can see that this dialog choice theme is here. And something that's going to be really neat is there is inheritance that kind of happens to the parent. So if I select a button and go to theme, you see it says empty, but as we work on this, it's going to inherit the theme that we apply to the VBox container as a parent. So you don't have to go and assign the theme to every node underneath it, and it's going to work. So also you probably had noticed already that when we added this theme, it activated this little theme panel down here in the bottom. And it's got a preview of the various controls that are contained in most themes, and it's kind of semi-interactive. You can click on it and, you know, do stuff so that you can see how the theme is working.
What? Oh my god, what? That's another level. Holy shit, what the hell is all this?
And what we need to do to be able to provide our custom themed elements to this is we need to come in here and add some overrides. So first, right here in the top right corner, there's type. And right now it says none because we haven't added any. So I'm going to click add, and I'm going to start with just the VBox container. I'm going to select that and say add type. And now that appears in our dropdown, and it was selected as soon as we added it. But I can go in here. There's not a lot that can be done with the VBox container. You see these little subtabs. They show all the overrideable elements. And there's really only one that we're going to use in here. And it's this separation. So I'm going to click the plus icon next to that and type in a value. 6. You notice as I change that, it's changing in the editor as well because I've got this theme applied.
That's
to that.
cool.
And so this separation is just that margin or padding between the elements within the VBox container. And so you can pick a value that you like, and I'll leave mine at 5. Go ahead and save that. Click save on the text.
That's nice.
On the resource here. And then really what we want to do is style our buttons a little bit. And I think you could take this and really do a lot with it, but we're going to do a basic style. So let's click add again for adding a new type, and we'll select button, click add type, and now we've got a button. And you'll notice that the button has a lot more options.
Wait, what did you select? The
and so you can pick a value that you like, and I'll leave mine at 5. Go ahead and save that. Click save on the text or on the resource here. And then really what we want to do is style our buttons a little bit. And I think you could take this and really do a lot with it, but we're going to do a basic style. So let's click add again for adding a new type, and we'll select button, click add type. Okay. And now we've got a button, and you'll notice that the button has a lot more options that can be overridden. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit more to do with this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is under this first tab, the color, this is going to be our font and other colors like the icon in the button. We're not going to use an icon here. You could if you wanted to. But let's go ahead and set these up. I want the font color, let's see, yeah, just this regular font color. I'm going to click the plus, which means I want to override it. And then I'm actually going to click that, click the eyedropper, and I want this beige color from my text box. And that wasn't super noticeable maybe, but it did update that. And then for
what do you do?
Let's see, yeah, just this regular font color. I'm going to click the plus, which means I want to override it. And then I'm actually going to click that, click the eyedropper, and I want this beige color from my text box. And that wasn't super noticeable maybe, but it did update that. And then for a few other things we want to
okay, I know what he's doing.
The disabled button color over here, I think that's fine being gray. I think actually the rest of these are good with white. Maybe that's the only color I'll overwrite for right now. I'm going to go over here. I want to go to this one right here, this little rainbowy color thing. Actually, the rest of these are good with white. Maybe that's the only color I'll overwrite for right now. I'm going to go over here. I want to go to this one right here, this little rainbowy color thing. This is where we have the different styles. So the thing about a button is it gets a different style for each state, right? And so we've got a style box for disabled, focus, hover, all these different states that the button can be in. And our game is only going to utilize maybe a certain fixed set of these. So let's start with this one down here called normal. This is the normal state of our button. So we'll hit the plus to override this item. And then in here we can pick. Now you could do any kind of button style that you want, but for the sake of my tutorial, I'm going to do a more basic one. And I'm going to use this style box flat. Okay, and you can see it updated. Everything's gray. Okay. Now if we select this style box flat, you can see that it populates some interface here in the inspector. And so we can pick our color for the background. I'm going to pick black, and I'm going to set the alpha to 0.45. Okay. I'm going to come down to corner radius, and I want to give it a corner radius. So I'll put 3 on each corner. So it's just a small little radius like that. It's got anti-aliasing, which makes it look kind of fuzzy. And corner radius, and I want to give it a corner radius. So I'll put 3 on each corner. So it's just a small little radius like that. It's got anti-aliasing, which makes it look kind of fuzzy. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily make it look fuzzy, right? It's making it look fuzzy right now. For a pixel game, that's not really useful. I'm going to turn anti-aliasing off because we just need the hard edges anyways. That'll match our pixel art. And I think the last thing that I want to maybe do is just look at the margins.
Margin.
You can see that the text is sitting kind of awkwardly in here. That's one downside to this font that we're using, is it does, for whatever reason, have like a little bit extra space below it. But we can kind of correct for that in each of our UI elements. So here we'll just go to the, I think it's the expand margins that we want. Let's put some extra margin on the top. There we go, 3. And I'm going to put on the left and right, I'm going to put some as well. And you can see that kind of expanded the button. If I come to these buttons and select them, go to text behavior, I'm going to put the alignment to the left. Okay. There we go. So, okay, we've got, and I just went back to the VBox container, and that theme, right, is popped right back up so I can continue editing it. But essentially what we've got here with these buttons is...
Wait, how you did that?
I mean, I want the text element to the left.
Oh.
Okay. There we go. So the font that we're using is, it does, for whatever reason, have like a little bit extra space below it. But we can kind of correct for that in each of our UI elements. So here we'll just go to the, I think it's the expand margins that we want.
That's cool. It's a lot of things. He show us a lot of things we can do with GUDAT, and
I'm going to put
nice.
on the left and right, I'm going to put some as well. And you can see that kind of expanded the button. If I come to these buttons and select them, go to text behavior, I'm going to put the alignment to the left. Okay. There we go. So, okay, we've got, and I just went back to the VBox container, and that theme, right, is popped right back up so I can continue editing it. But essentially what we've got here with these buttons is kind of...
Where's the margin again? Wait, how do we change the margin again? Expand margin. It was the V-Bucks. Where is it? In expand margin. Separation. Button. Wait, where's expand margin again?
Font that we're using is, it does, for whatever reason, have like a little bit extra space below it. But we can kind of correct for that in each of our UI elements. So here we'll just go to the, I think it's the expand margins that we want. Let's put some extra margin on the top. There we go, 3. And I'm going to put on the left and right, I'm going to put some as well. And you can see that kind of expanded the button. If I come to these buttons and select them, go to text behavior, I'm going to put the alignment to the left. Okay. There we go. So, okay, we've got, and I just went back to the VBox container, and that theme, right, is popped right back up so I can continue editing it. But essentially what we've got here with these buttons is kind of what I want. I mean, I want the text to be aligned from the left, and I think that looks good. Let's see, let's go back to my style box flat for the normal.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I put that on expand margins, which makes the button pop out. And I think that's cool that we did that, but that's not actually what I want. I think we want content margins. So let's go reset the expand margins.
Why?
So they're back to 0. Okay, let's put the left margin to 5. There we go. Put the right to 5, and I'm going to put the top. I'm just going to bump it up till it looks
the
good.
Style box. Wait, I missed a part.
3 looks. I think that's cool that we did that, but that's not actually what I want. I think we want content margins. So let's go reset the expand margins.
The content margin.
Okay, let's
wait,
put the left margin to 5. There we go.
What is the
right
Oh.
The top. I'm just going to bump it up till it looks good.
1 second.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I put that on expand margins, which makes the button pop out. And I think that's cool that we did that, but that's not actually what I want. I think we want
content margin.
So let's go reset the expand margins. So they're back to 0. Okay, let's put the left margin to 5. There we go. Put the right
okay.
to 5, and I'm going to put the top. I'm just going to bump it up till it looks good. 3 looks pretty good. Okay, so our text looks kind of like it's center aligned, and there's a little bit of space around it. There we go. So content margins, not expand margins. Expand margins obviously means it's going to expand the button outside by a certain value. Okay. But that was, I guess, worth trying so you could see it. You could add a shadow or other things if you want to. I'm going to leave this just like this for now. So let me hit save here. And what we need to do is right now we have this style applied value, okay? But that was, I guess, worth trying. So
what's the shadow thing?
You could add a shadow or other things if you want to. I'm going to leave this just like this for now. So let me hit save here. And what we need to do is right now we have this style applied to our button, but we don't have it for the other states. And you can see when I hover this one here in the preview, it kind of looks funky. So let's do this. Let's go to normal, click the little down arrow, and we'll click copy. And then what we can do is we can come over here to like hover. And I'm gonna hit plus and hit paste. And let's see, let's go ahead and actually select the hovered one, and I'm going to adjust this. I want this to be darker when it's hovered. So I'm going to just put the value to like 0.7 on the alpha value of that background color. Now I can take this hover one and copy it, and I want focused to look the same. Those two states they're maybe not identical, but they're so similar that I don't care that they look different. So value to like 0.7 on the alpha value of that background color. Now I can take this hover one and copy it, and I want focused to look the same. Those two states they're maybe not identical, but they're so similar that I don't care that they look different. So I'm just going to paste that in there. Okay. And then I guess lastly, we want to go to our pressed state. We do want that one. So this is while different. So I'm just going to paste that in there.
Okay.
Okay. And then I guess lastly, we want to go to our pressed state. We do want that one. So this is while it's being clicked or pressed. So let's override this and we'll paste that there. But I'm going to actually click on that style and come to the background color, and I'm going to increase the opacity to be even more opaque. So 0.8 I think is good. One more, the disabled button. I don't know that we will disable buttons, but just in case, let's go ahead and paste that here. And
wait, disabled button. Wait, what did he copy for that?
I'm going to increase the opacity to be even more opaque. So 0.8 I think is good. One more, the disabled button. I don't know that we will disable buttons, but just in case, let's go ahead and paste that here. And I'll just take this color and we'll drop the opacity to like 0.2. Okay, there we go. Now we've got buttons, and you can see when I hover and click this button here in the UI, it looks a lot better. Okay. And some of these other styles we don't need. Disabled, mirrored, hover pressed. You know, these are just different states that aren't necessary. And that's kind of indicated by the fact that they're empty by default. But they are useful if you want to do certain things, you know. And
doesn't work.
Those different states for the buttons. But for our purposes, we don't. And I think everything looks pretty good. So I'm just going to zoom out, kind of look at this here. So there we go. We've created our first theme. And I just want to point out, we saved that theme right here in our dialogue system.
Doesn't work well.
Dialogue system folder. There's our dialogue choice theme. And you could come here at any time and double click it to edit it. And I think everything looks pretty good. So I'm just going to zoom out, kind of look at this here. So there we go. We've created our first theme. And I just want to, okay. And some of these other styles, I'll just take this color and we'll drop the opacity.
Doesn't work very well.
Okay, there we go. Now we've got buttons, and you can see when I hover and click this button here in the UI, it looks a lot better. Okay. And some of these other styles we don't need. Disabled, mirrored, hover pressed. You know, these are just different states that aren't necessary. And that's kind of indicated by the fact
pressing
that
doesn't work.
Default, but they are useful if you want to do certain things, you know, and you might need those different states for the buttons. But for our purposes, we don't. And I think everything looks pretty good. So I'm just going to zoom out, kind of look at this here. So there we go. We've created our first theme. And I just want to point out, we
Yeah,
saved
it's working.
that theme
Sorry.
right here in our dialogue system.
Wait, how you did
you know,
again?
GUI. And I think everything looks pretty good. So I'm just going to zoom out.
Yeah, it's working
Kind
actually.
of look at this here. So there we go. We've created our first theme. And I just want to point out, we saved that theme right here in our dialogue system, you know, GUI dialogue system folder. There's our dialogue choice theme. And you could come here at any time and double click it to edit it. And then if you ever created another UI that you wanted the same buttons, you could just come to the theme and just apply it.
Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, it's... I never really use a theme thing. That's the first thing I'm using that thing. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
So you drag and drop it from the file system or just load it straight from here, right? So there we go. Quick little introduction to themes. Okay, so now that we've got this UI kind of set up, let's go ahead and start doing some of the work that we need to build these new node types. So just as a refresher though, we've got our dialogue interaction node, we've got a dialogue text node, and in fact, let's open the folder where these live. Dialogue scripts. We did create a dialogue choice class, right? That we can use as a node. And I kind of did this. I'm going to actually remove this because we're not going to use choices here. What we're going to do is the dialogue choice itself will sit here.
Dialogue
choices will be a child node of that, because each choice needs to have potentially its own set of dialogue text items. And so that's how we're going to build this, right? We're going to have we're going to call it a dialogue choice and a dialogue branch. So let's start by creating the dialogue branch script. And let's open that up. The dialogue branch class is going to look like this. It's going to be a tool script. I've been adding tool to all of these because we're going to need that in the future. And it hasn't really played in yet. But so just go ahead and do that. I've given it an icon. There's an answer bubble icon that's in that icons folder if you grab those. And then the class name will be dialogue branch, and it will extend dialogue item. Okay, those are all very important for this to work properly. And then we are going to, here's what we're going to do. We're going to export a variable that we'll call text, and it's a string. And we can give it a default text just so that we know, right, what it looks like. And then this dialogue branch is also going to contain its own set of dialogue items. Okay. And if you recall, we did this in our dialogue interaction script. And in fact, we can go look at that here in just a second, but we're going to have an array of dialogue items. Or not, dialogue item, because it could be any type of dialogue item. Okay. And I just want to pull this dialogue interaction script up. And now that I realize I've got a lot of scripts open, so okay. So you can see this dialogue interaction script, we did the same thing, right? We had dialogue items, and what we did is we just went through and found all of the dialogue items in the onReady. So I'm actually going to go ahead and copy this ready function and go back to the dialogue branch. And let's go ahead and add that here. We don't need this area connect on this, but we do want to gather all of the dialogue item children and append them to this array. And that's pretty much all that this class needs to do. Okay, because all the rest of the magic is going to happen outside in other locations. So let's go ahead and just save that script and call it good. Okay, now let's go to our dialogue choice script, and you can open that from your file system if you need to. And you count variable and increment it by 1. And then we'll check if the count is greater than 1 or greater than or equal to 1, because hold on. If it's greater than 1, that means we have 2 or more, right? And at that point, we can return true. And we're good to go. Okay, so quick little function. It's going to loop through. And let's go ahead and save this work. We're going to need to come back and do a little bit more here. But what I want to do is go to our scene here with our NPCs. And let's take this guy that's patrolling around. He's only got one dialogue text. And I'm going to select the dialogue interaction, and I'm going to add a dialogue choice. And I just, real quick, well, yeah, you can see, look, it's got a little warning. Requires at least 2 dialog branch nodes. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a dialog branch. And actually, you'll notice the dialog branch is not displaying our icon yet. I'm going to go ahead and reload the project so it'll populate that. So just be right back in just a second. Okay, and we're back. Dialog choice. Let's go ahead and add that dialog branch now. So if we extend the dialog item, there it is, dialog branch. It's got a nice little answer icon with a very distinct color. And you'll notice the warning is still there because we only have 1 dialog branch. So let's go ahead and duplicate that. Now that we've got 2, the little warning goes away. And we're good to go. Okay. So I'm going to select the dialog branches here since I'm adding them. Dialog branch 1, dialog branch 2, text. Well, here, we'll update those in a second. Once we make it make sense. Let's finish our dialog choice script first, because that's really the piece of work I'm trying to do here. I'm like that dog and squirrel, you know, like, oh, I want to do this thing. I think we're mostly done except our ready function. So let's just build. Okay, so let's go back to the scene here, and I had started to set this up, but let's kind of think about this dialogue interaction. Eventually, this is going to lead into a quest system as well for the NPCs, so that'll be one of the upcoming videos that we do, or a couple of them. And so let's adjust his initial text. Instead of saying, "Hi, how's Hero?" Let's have him say something else, like, well, like, I don't know, yo, Hero, will you help retrieve my magical flute from the dark dungeon? Okay, so he's going to ask the hero for help, right? And then the dialogue choice is going to prevent some options. And you'll notice our dialogue choice does have NPC info. We could change that. We don't really need to, but because usually it's going to be the same person with the text, but you could if you need it to be a different portrait. Same with our dialogue branch. Well, actually, the dialogue branch, we're never going to use this NPC info on this one, but it's there because it inherits it. So we're going to give the hero 2 options. He can say, we'll say, count on it. I don't know. Or he could say, no. And what needs to happen after each of these is we want the NPC to respond to wrap up the dialogue. Okay, and that's what the point of the branch, right? And you can see how this is going. These are nested, and the way we'll build it, you could even nest another dialogue choice underneath a branch, and this could keep going. Okay. The one thing that we're not doing today is we're not making a way for a dialogue branch to maybe wrap back to the choice. Shouldn't be too hard to do that. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments, and I'll consider adding that. Otherwise, I don't know if I'm belaboring this NPC thing, but I'm hoping it's useful to everybody. So let's add a dialogue text. So this first branch is the count on it branch. So dialogue text should be something like, "Thank you, dear hero."
Wait, you cannot put it directly
to the choice. Shouldn't be too hard to do that. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments, and I'll consider adding that.
What the hell?
Otherwise, I don't know if I'm belaboring this NPC thing, but I'm hoping it's useful to everybody. So let's add a dialogue text. So this first branch is the count on it branch. So dialogue text should be something like, "Thank you, dear hero." Oh my gosh. You are... It's not just code. I can't type in general, guys. "You are a true specimen." I don't know if people would ever say anything like that. And then I'm actually going to... Let's add a second one. Dialogue text 2. He'll say, "Oh, and be careful of the evil wizard who lurks in the dungeon." Okay. As a side note, future tutorial, another thing we're going to be doing is making it so that we can see and preview these dialogue things as we're editing them in the editor, because I think that's really important. Okay, so there we go. We've got some things. If you choose count on it, he'll give a response, and then if you say no, then let's just add a dialogue text. And this dialogue text will be something like, "Geez, some lousy hero you are." Okay. Go ahead and save that. So we've got our little dialogue text followed by a choice with 2 options.
Okay.
And each option has its own little series of text that it will do. And then at the end of either of these things, the dialogue. Okay, let's go ahead and run the project. It's not going to work, but I just want to demonstrate that it doesn't work so we can see the progress. So right now, if I come and talk to this guy, we've got a few things going on here. He gave his first bit of dialogue. Yo, hero, will you help retrieve my magical flute from the dark dungeon? And we've got our choices, and we can't really select them or anything yet. And obviously, we don't want the choices to appear maybe until you hit next. And not only that, but when I hit next, we ran into a bug, right? Because we're trying to set dialogue data on something, a name label. And yeah, I guess that's it in a nutshell, right? Because we're trying to set dialogue data on something, a name label, but it's not getting it because I don't know what we're passing in. Okay, so we've got some work to do. And really the point of this is to demonstrate that what we're going to do. So what we need to do now is we need to adjust our dialogue system code to handle all of these things, to hide and show the options appropriately. We need to make it so that it can handle our new dialogue choice code and dialogue branches. And yeah, I guess that's it in a nutshell, right? So let's go ahead and hop in. So go ahead and open your dialogue system again, or open that dialogue system script. Okay, so we're going to be working in this dialogue system node, which is the script that's attached to our dialogue system. And to begin, let's go ahead in our variables. I want to add another variable, and this variable is going to be called waiting for choice, because this is a new state that this system can be in. So we'll just make this a Boolean. This is not the ideal way to do states with just some Booleans, but you know, until this gets really complicated, I don't think it's worth changing it. You know, just a couple Booleans is not a big deal. But obviously, if you, let's add an elif. So there's another condition that we want to check for, and that's advance. In fact, if we run the game, let's go ahead. Oh no, it's not going to work because we haven't set waiting for choice.
Let me check.
We'll do that. We'll demo that in just a second. Now, one thing that we do is our hide dialogue. When we hide our dialogue, we want to add something in here, because just going back to our scene, these choices, this container, we want to hide that too when we hide the dialogue by default, so that whenever we show it again, it's not visible. Okay, so right somewhere in here, we'll just say our choice options. I think that's what we named it. Visible equals false. Okay, because we just don't want to show that. Okay, quick little update to the hide dialogue method. Now we'll go to our start dialogue.
There's a lot of bug.
And down here, the first thing we want to do is we actually want to add a new line at the beginning of start dialogue, and it's going to say waiting for choice equals false. Okay, so that by default, that's the default thing, and most text items are not waiting for a choice. Okay, and then we'll come back and we're going to update this a little bit more later. But we've got this code down here, and we're going to look at this. We've got set dialogue data and this other stuff, and we start a timer, and then every time it times out, we continue to type text. Most of that functionality doesn't really apply to the choices. It's quite different, and so we're going to update our code structure a little bit to make this easier to handle. So let's go. We've got let's look at this set dialogue data method that we've created, and I'm actually going to grab this. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to move it up before the timer timeout because it's more relevant to what we're working on here. So I'm just going to reorganize the code a little bit. Okay, so we've got set dialogue data. I actually want to rename this. And one other thing that we're going to do with set dialogue text is we had a check in here before where we checked if. So just a little comment, right? What we're doing here is we're setting the dialogue choice selected.
I'm skipping it a little bit.
Okay. And no, it's not complete like our dialogue select. Oh no. Did not do anything. Options. So let's do this. But I'm hitting the arrow key. There we go. Cool. Count on it. No. But I'm hitting the arrow keys and it's not selecting anything, and even clicking is not working.
Yeah.
Okay, but we've made it to the point where now we're presenting the choices to the player.
Okay, so I need to present my UI first, and I was said, let's move on. Oh, there's a crash actually. No, is it? 1 second. Mm. Okay. Why are you talking to me? Did you found the nest? Have you? Huh. Nice. Well, I can't click anything, but yes. Let's go. Move on. Oh, that's cool, but the thing is I have to use enter. Did you find the nest? Have you? Yes, nope. What are you waiting for? Why are you talking to me, God? Did you find the nest? Have you? Yes. Great, let's go. Move on. Okay, so the only thing is the enter thing I don't really like, but that's cool. Let's see.
So let's fix that. There's a couple things going on here. One thing that we had to do is we want to grab the focus of one of those inputs. That's going to select, we'll have it just select the first button. And we can do that by saying choice options. Oh man.
Choice option, where this is in dialect system.
Get child. And then we'll get, if this lets you pass in an index, we'll just pass in 0, the first child. And because we know in our code we're only adding buttons, we know it's a button. And there is a method on buttons and other UI elements called grab focus.
Grab focus.
And that will select this. But we actually, this won't work unless we do one other thing, and that's that we need to await. We just need to wait one tick because these buttons aren't fully initialized. There might be another way to resolve this without having to call an await. I don't know if anybody knows. Go ahead and put that in the comments. But if we just simply await the process frame and then grab the focus, then it should work just fine. So let's run this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there we go. See how it was selected on count on it? And now I can move it with my arrow keys. Clicking still doesn't seem to do anything, but I can hit enter on them, and you can see that it's kind of toggling the
Well, I cannot
state,
click.
right? We obviously haven't written code to handle selection yet. So one other thing that's happening is the text is center aligned, and I wanted it left aligned, and that's because I set the alignment on the button instance, not in the theme. So we'll fix that. But let's address the mouse issues real quick. And the main culprit of the mouse issues is going to be a canvas layering issue, because this is probably behind something that's blocking the mouse. I'm going to just
wait. The mouse, the dialog system scene. Dialog system scene. Dialog system. So he said put the layer to 3.
try setting this to 3 and running this again. I think this should fix it. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so now it's...
Let me try.
It's behind some other UI element that I have active. Another potential fix for that would be to making so that whatever other UI element it is isn't blocking the mouse. And that might be necessary depending on how you have it set up. But anyways, there we go. So let's go ahead and finish hooking up the code. Okay. And hopefully I remember to adjust the centering of the text, although that's not critical to the game work. If we look at our dialogue branch, we've got dialogue items, and it's just going to go through the scene and gather these. This is going to be the scene method called bind. And what bind will allow us, we use to create the button. Okay. And then it'll simply call dialogue choice selected, pass those in, show dialogue.
Okay.
And then that should start our little dialogue from whatever's in the branch. And unless I'm crazy, Cocoa Bananas, this should work. Okay, ready? Let's talk to him. Let's say no. Geez, some lousy hero you are. And then it ended. Perfect. I'm happy that worked. Now let's go ahead and say count on it.
Okay,
Thank
let
you,
me
hero. You're a
check.
true specimen. We do have one other issue. Our options didn't go away. Right?
Let me check. Let me check this. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Why are you talking to me? Did you find the nest? Have you? Now it's working. Yes. Let's go. Move on. Why are you talking to me? Did you find the nest? Everything work actually. I can click and I can move. That's good. It's working very well.
Off. There we go. Now let's just kind of address a couple of issues. Something that I overlooked, not left aligned. So let me just select these buttons and we go to the, is that text behavior? We turn the alignment back to the default. And then
the text behavior.
That, I overlooked, I guess, is we can't really set the alignment here in the theme. And obviously if we set it on the button, that's not going to carry through because we're removing the buttons. So we'll go ahead and set that in code. And if we look here, it's actually pretty simple. We can just go new choice, and there's an alignment property, and we can set it equal to, and it's going to give us some hints. Horizontal alignment left. Let's go ahead and run the project, and that should resolve that issue. There we go.
Okay.
Now my options are left aligned.
Cool.
And yours don't have to be, but that's how I wanted them. So the pause menu is right here. We can just add another check. So we'll just access our dialog. I'm hitting escape. It's not going. It's not. Do this. Obviously, the only place we show the pause menu is right here. We can just add another check. So we'll just access our dialogues. That is fixed. There's one other issue is you can actually hit escape and pause the game while we're in dialogue. Or it not just pause it, but it goes to the open up the menu. We don't really want that. So let's address that real quick. And we'll address that one in the pause screen code. So let's just go to the pause menu. And I'm going to open up this script.
Pause menu.
Let's see. No, unhandled input. We'll probably handle it right up here. And we'll simply do this. Obviously, the only place we show the pause menu is right here. We can just add another check. So we'll just access our dialog system since it's a global variable here, global scene. So dialog system, if this is active, then we'll just return. Okay. That'll fix that little bug. And let's go ahead and just run this one more time. So now
how I put the
global variable here, global scene. So dialog system, if this is active, then we'll just return. Okay. That'll fix that little bug. And let's go ahead and just run this one more time.
Wait, what? It doesn't work. Sorry.
I'm hitting escape. It's not going. It's not pulling up the UI. So there we go. It's working.
All right, let me test.
So now that we have our branching dialog system, we're almost ready to move on to a quest system. In our next video, however, we're going to explore how to upgrade this dialog system and make
quest
it so
system.
that we
cool.
can have live previews.
What kind of quest system is doing?
While we're working in.
I'm curious. Let me check this. The quest system. Oh my god. A nice ad for you, Gad. Azana.
Today's video, we're going to take our dialogue system that we've been building over the last several videos and make it so that we can preview it and edit it while we're inside the editor.
Oh. That's nice.
Hi, my name is...
Wait, you didn't say there was a quest system? I think he skipped the idea because I don't see any quest system in the video. Well, whatever. Maybe for another time. That's cool. So yeah, it's pretty nice actually. Okay, but I'm done for tonight. Ah, that was great. That was great. That was a lot of things at the same time. I'm almost ready for a video update of the engine completely with all feature. I might do it tomorrow, I think. We'll see. But maybe I'm gonna finish the dialog system completely. I'm gonna make a video. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm done. Thank you, everyone. It was nice.